Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is dr.J and this is the 27th episode of my series How to Complete Hollow Knight. Last time we ended the Grim Troop ritual by banishing them from this world. Today we're going to tie up a few loose ends before going to God Home and completing the Pantheons. Now it's finally time to take on the third and last trial in the Colosseum of Fools. So let's head to the King's Station. You have an opportunity to change your charms in the Colosseum itself, so don't worry about it right now. We'll place the Dream Gate here. We'll travel to the Colosseum by going through the elevator shaft that connects the City of Tears with the resting grounds. Take those two elevators and go through the left exit. Now we'll just climb the left wall until we reach the exit to the Colosseum. Here it is. And again, use the super dash to save some time and avoid the bellflies. As usual, first we'll pay the little fool for access to the new trial and then we will leave our mark. So, this actually took quite a few tries. The main problem was the boss fight at the end. The number of waves is actually the same as the Trial of the Conqueror. However, the amount of enemies in each wave is significantly higher. But that's not why I couldn't one-shot it. It's the God Tamer boss at the end that caused me problems. That being said, as long as you reach him with good health, you'll be fine. The first wave consists of Heavy Fool, Sturdy Fool, 2 Armored Squids which appear after defeating either of the initial opponents, 2 Shielded Fools, a Primal Aspid, and finally 2 Winged Fools and 2 Sharp Bowders. Try to use the end of a wave to replenish your health. In wave 2, spikes sprout from the floor and 2 platforms appear. As for the enemies, it's only 2 Sturdy Fools and a Primal Aspid. In wave 3, the ceiling drops down and you face 3 Battle Wobbles, a Winged Fool and 2 Furious Bench Flies. The fourth wave removes the spikes and platforms, but retains the low ceiling. You face 2 Heavy Fools and 6 Bellflies. In wave 5, the arena returns to normal and 3 Dead Woodoos appear. In wave 6, 4 platforms rise and you will fight 5 Dead Woodoos. This wave is a good opportunity to top up your health. The 7th wave is a continuation of the Dead Ludo genocide. You'll be fighting 3 this time. Wave 8 is when the fight starts to actually become difficult. 4 platforms appear and the floor is covered in spikes. 4 guard pits will cross each of the platforms at different times, forcing you to change your position. You will also be fighting a total of 4 armored squids, 3 primal aspids and 2 winged fools. Here come the guard pits. Wave 9 is another huge one. It starts off with a shielded fool, a heavy fool and a primal aspid. It continues with 2 mantis traitors, 4 mantis petra, 2 soul twisters and finishes off with a soul warrior. It's a very difficult fight to find time for a heal, so just use a few spells to make it go a bit quicker. Still, if you find yourself in a one-on-one fight, you might be able to squeeze a heal or two. Here are the soul twisters. Depending on your soul reserves, you may want to use the mistakes to farm soul with the dream nail. The soul warrior fight is the same as the last time you encountered him. For the 10th wave, spikes again cover the floor and 6 platforms appear. You'll be fighting 3 Vote Twisters and 2 Soul Twisters. The Vote Twisters are a Colosseum only enemy. They teleport like the Soul Twisters and use one of Uumu's attacks. Overall, they're not more difficult than the Soul Twisters. In Wave 11, the arena goes back to normal and you fight a Soul Warrior and a Soul Twister at the same time. In Wave 12, the walls close in and you fight a total of 2 winged fools, a sturdy fool, 4 lesser Moleks and at the end a brooding Molek. The real difficulty in this wave comes from the lack of space to maneuver. This won't bother you too much with the lesser Moleks, but despite your upgrades, the brooding Molek is still quite tanky. Your best bet is to use the Shadow Dash to go through the brooding Molek. Wave 13 is a bit of a break. The walls get really close to each other and guard pits start coming down at you. At the last moment though, the walls back up a bit to leave you enough room to dodge the guard pits. Wave 14 is a tough one. The walls will back up some more, but the floor will become covered with spikes without having any platforms to step on. Basically, you have to fight while wall jumping. And there are quite a lot of enemies to fight. 3 winged fools, 4 armored squids, a primal aspid, a mantis petra and 4 battle ovals. Without giving you a chance to breathe, Wave 15 drops the ceiling while retaining the spikes on the floor. Thankfully, you only face 2 armored squids. Wave 16 is another break. 14 dead Rudolphs will spawn, but the vast majority will suicide on the spikes. Use this wave to restore your health and souls. The last wave is another monstrous one. The arena goes back to its original state and you have to fight against 2 heavy foes, 2 sturdy foes, 2 winged foes, 2 shielded foes, a mantis traitor, a mantis petra, a soul twister, a vault twister, and 2 armored squids. And to top it all off at the end is the boss fight, the God Tamer. The enemies are not particularly difficult. Your main concern should be to conserve your health and souls so you face the boss in the best condition possible. The main thing is to get full health before facing the God Tamer. Souls can be gathered easy enough during the fight. The God Tamer is a 2-person fight. The Tamer and the Beast have separate attacks and health pools. I find it easier to start with the Tamer and then move on to the Beast. This is mainly because I can just keep pogo jumping on the Tamer and almost completely ignoring the Beast. There's very little risk that way. You have to be careful about the Tamer's leap attack, but even if you do get hit, you can just keep on pogo jumping. She doesn't have that much health. Now comes the difficult part. The Beast has a rolling attack during which he's pretty much invulnerable and a spewing attack. What you want is the spewing attack. Just try to avoid the rolling attack as much as possible. You may also want to burst him down with the dive spell, since he doesn't have an enormous health pool. Actually, if you want to try to bursting him, then it's probably best to start with the Beast and ignore the Tamer, since she'll stop fighting you if you kill the Beast. There's also a cheese strat that I haven't tried, but see no reason why it shouldn't work. By using the Weaver Song charm and just sticking to one of the walls, the Weaverlings should eventually kill the Beast. But it will take a long time. Now that we've completed the trial, we'll get the full achievement as well as quite a lot of geo. Which is a good thing, since I didn't recover my shade when I died on my first try. If you didn't know, the shade remains in this room when you die in the Colosseum. Okay, now we will be getting a simple key from Gollum, I mean from the Pale Worker. Let's just quickly equip our usual charms. First we'll grab the King's Idol in the hidden area and then we're going after the Pale Worker. This guy is very fast and loves to leave traps. He's not at all difficult to kill, just time consuming. Here is the King's Idol, so let's go get the key. Oh yeah, a while ago I said that we won't be getting any more relics. Obviously I lied. After hitting the Pale Worker a couple of times, he'll just ninja his way out of sight and he'll keep leaving traps. He'll remain in the general area, so just go around looking for him and repeat this as long as it takes until he's dead. Or just drop him in a volcano. After we get his precious key, we will use the dream gates to get back to the stack station and travel to the city storerooms for our final dream boss fight. Okay, so now we need to go all the way to the Soul Sanctum. It's quite a trip until we reach the Soul Sanctum, but unfortunately there is no fast way. Well, I tried getting impaled on a spike and surprisingly it didn't teleport me to the Soul Sanctum. You can super dash this part. Actually, you should super dash it, since you end up going exactly through the shortcut. And now we take the elevator and go all the way through the entirety of the Soul Sanctum. I think I'll just fast forward it. As usual, we use the Dream Nail to enter the Soul Master's dream. The Soul Tyrant has the same attacks as the Soul Master, but with some minor modifications. For example, he spawns more rotating orbs, his shockwaves are bigger, but the main increase in difficulty arises from his personal increased speed and his significantly increased health pool. I apologize for the lack of commentary on this fight, but there's really nothing much to say. Just kill the inflatable bastard and let's go finish the game. And that's all she wrote. All that's left is now to go to God Home and complete the 5 pantheons. I decided to once again speed up the video, since there's really nothing interesting going to happen on our journey to the junk pit. We will just be going back through the entirety of the Soul Sanctum, then through the official entry to the Royal Sewers, which by the way means that you can stop by a lamp to sell the King's Idol if you want to. And after that we simply have to find our way around the sewers until we reach the junk pit. Sounds fun, right? We are nearly there. And just a super dash left. Okay, we finally arrived. Now we'll use the simple key on this sarcophagus or whatever this is, and then the dream nail in order to enter God Home. I think now is a good time to talk a bit about God Home. It is a creation of the God Seekers. The God Seekers are a kind of hive mind that came from the land of storms. At some point, their gods, the gods of thunder and rain, abandoned them, which is why they started traveling the world in search of new gods. Eventually they found their way to Hallownest and started attuning to the powerful spirits here. Hey guys, with the final 2 dream bosses and the 3rd trial in the Colosseum of Fools completed, it's time to start our journey towards God Home. All that we have left in this playthrough is to get the final 4% completion rating by completing the 4 pantheons in God Home. This will give us our 112% completion. After that we'll finally have access to the most difficult challenge in Hollow Knight, the Pantheon of Hallownest. As always, if you've enjoyed it, please press the like button, and if you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. This will really help me to provide better content for you guys. Hope to see you again next time, and until then, have a good one.